The kitchen was still half asleep. Soft morning light slipped in through the curtains, painting everything in a gentle gold. Countertops, the mug near the sink, the quiet hum of the refrigerator. Ryan stood near the stove, hair loosely tied, wearing one of her oversized shirts that brushed her thighs as she moved. She was pretending she was calm. She was not. The egg sizzled softly in the pan, but her mind was louder, replaying last night on a loop. The movie night, the way everyone had left one by one, yearning and joking, until it was just her and Sunghoon, the awkward pause at the door, him scratching the back of his neck, asking if it was okay if he stayed because it was too late to go home. He'd said yes too quickly, and then he'd stayed on the couch, close, too close. Now it was morning, and he was still here. Wine bit her lip as she flipped the eggs, heat creeping up her neck. Get it together, she told herself. He was just her crush, a crush who had slept in her apartment. No big deal, totally normal, very chill. The sound of footsteps made her freeze, bare feet against the floor, slow, lazy. Her heart jumped straight into her throat. She didn't turn around. She didn't need to. She felt him. Sunghoon stepped into the kitchen, like he owned the place, hair messy from sleep, eyes still heavy, wearing nothing but low-waisted black pants, no shirt, bare skin, warm, toned, unfair. Wyan grip tightened on the spatula. Don't look, don't look, don't. She looked. Their eyes met. Time stalled. Sunghoon stopped mid-step, clearly not expecting her to already be awake or cooking. His gaze flicked over her once, slow and unshamed, taking in her bare legs, the soft fabric of his shirt, the way she looked so domestic. His lips curved into a small, dangerous smile. Ryan immediately looked away, cheeks burning. "Oh," he said, voice low and still rough with sleep. "Good morning." "Morning," she replied too fast, focusing very hard on the eggs. Did you sleep? Okay." He leaned against the counter behind her, arms crossing over his bare chest. "Best sleep I have had in a while." She swallowed. "That's good." Silence settled between them, thick, loaded. Sunghoon watched her for a moment, head tilted, the way she avoided looking at him, the way she kept it getting cute, way too cute. You are cooking? He asked. For us, she said quietly. I mean, if you want, you don't have to. I want. The word came out instantly. Firm, certain. She risked a glance at him. He was already looking at her. Her breath hitched. Sunghoon pushed himself off the counter and walked closer. Stopped just behind her. No touching, not yet. But close enough that she could feel his warmth, smell his clean skin. You always make breakfast like this? He asked softly. Like what? Like you are taking care of someone. Her heart stuttered. She laughed, nervously, I guess. There was a pause. Then, casually, teasingly, what if Sunghoon said, you became my wife? The spatula slipped from her hand and clattered against the stove. What? She whispered. He chuckled under his breath. Relax. Hypothetical. She turned to face him, eyes wide. You can't just say things like that. Why not? He leaned in slightly. Would you stop cooking breakfast for me? Her mouth opened, closed. I know, she admitted. But that's not the point. He smiled like he'd won something. So you did still do this? Her pulse went wild. Sunghoon? Yes. She hated how softly he said it, like he liked hearing her say his name. You are not wearing a shirt, I noticed. She groaned, covering her face with one hand. You are impossible. Her fingers gently wrapped around her wrist, lowering her head, slow, deliberate. His touch was warm, steady. But you are still standing here, he murmured, still making breakfast, still blushing. Their eyes locked. Something shifted. Sunghoon reached past her, turning off the stove before the eggs burned, then turned back to her, so close. Now there was barely any space left. You know, he said quietly, I stayed because I didn't want to leave you. Her breath catch. You could have said that. I wanted to see if you felt the same. Her hands rested against the counter behind her. His fingers brushed her waist, barely there, like a question. Do you? He asked. Ryan's voice came out small, honest, yes. His expression softened instantly, like something he'd been holding finally loosened. He lifted his hand to her cheek, thumb brushing her skin gently. Then he whispered, "Come here." Before she could process it, he lifted her easily, setting her on the counter. Her gasps turned into a laugh as her hands instinctively grabbed his shoulders. There he sat smiling, much better eye level. Her heart was racing. "This is very unfair," she murmured. He leaned in, forehead resting against hers. "You should see how unfair it is for me." His lips brushed her cheek, soft, teasing, lingering, just long enough to make her breath hitch. "Can I kiss you?" he asked, voice low. She nodded, and when his lips finally met hers, it was gentle, unrushed, warm, like he'd been waiting for this moment for far too long. The kiss lingered longer than either of them expected. It was not rushed, it was not hungry, it was warm, like something that had been waiting patiently for the right moment. Sunghoon pulled back just enough to look at her, eyes softer than she'd ever seen them. Wyan's hands were still gripping his shoulders. She realized that and immediately tried to pull them away. He didn't let her. Instead, his fingers slid over her wrists, gently pinning her hands back against the counter. Not forceful, just firm, enough to make her heart skip. "Don't," he murmured, "I like this." Her voice came out breathless. "You like what?" "The way you hold onto me," he said honestly. "Like you are scared I might disappear." She swallowed. "I stayed," she said quietly. "Didn't I?" Sunghoon smiled, leaning in again, but this time he pressed a kiss on the corner of her mouth, then another to her cheek, then just below her ear. Each one slow, intentional. "You don't know how hard it was," he admitted softly, "to act normal around you all this time." Her fingers curled into his skin again without thinking. "You seemed pretty normal." He laughed under his breath. "That's because you didn't see what was going on in my head." "And what was going on?" she asked. His hand slid to her waist, thumbs brushing over his sides in small, absent-minded strokes. "Every time you smiled," he said, "I wanted to kiss you." Her breath hissed. "Every time you cooked for us," he continued, gaze steady, "I imagined morning like this." Her cheeks burned. "Sunghoon, and every time you looked tired but still stayed," he added quietly. "I wanted to take care of you." The words settled between them, heavy, intimate. Ryan reached up slowly, fingers brushing through his messy hair. He leaned into her touch instantly, eyes fluttering shut for a second, like he'd been waiting for permission. "That's not fair," she whispered. He opened his eyes. "What is not?" "You saying things that make me feel like this," she said, placing a hand over her chest. "Like I am already yours." His thumb brushed her jaw gently. "I don't want to own you." Then softer. "I want to choose you every day." Her heart melted completely. She leaned forward, pressing her forehead to his shoulder for a moment, hiding her face. He chuckled quietly, arms wrapping around her in a loose embrace, letting her take her time. "You are really flustered," he teased gently, "because you are doing this on purpose." "Maybe." His hand traced slow circles on her back. "But you are still sitting on the counter, so I am guessing you don't hate it." She picked up at him. "You are very confident for someone who was shirtless 5 minutes ago." He grinned. "You noticed?" She swatted his arm lightly. He caught her hand again, bringing her knuckles to his lips and pressing a soft kiss there. The gesture made her breath catch more than the kiss earlier. Sunghoon leaned in again, but this time he didn't kiss her lips. He stopped just short. "Ryan," he said quietly, "tell me something." "What? Am I the only one you think about like this?" Her answer came instantly. "Yes." Something in his expression shifted, pride, relief, affective, all mixed together. He kissed her, then deeper, this time, still gentle, but more certain. When they pulled apart, he rested his forehead against hers again. "So," he said casually, like they had not just changed everything breakfast. She laughed softly. "You turned off the stove." "I know." His hand stayed on her waist. "Worth it." She smiled at him, soft, fond, a little shy. "Sunghoon, if I did become your wife," she said, voice barely above a whisper, "you'd have to help with the dishes." He laughed, pressing a kiss to her temple. "Deal." Then quieter. "But I am warning you," he added. I fell harder. Her fingers tightened in his hair. "So do I."